Start off with a smile and open and close of the hands. Just sending good energy, feeling happy, feeling more centered. Good. And let's just gently do a hand tapping exercise. You can do it standing or sitting. We do our hands facing down, and you can gently rub or tap depending on your pain level, arthritis, or your ability. And now let's flip the hands facing up to the sky, gently tapping the pinky fingers or rubbing. And now let's do the fingertips, just gently tapping and thinking. Makes me think about thinking, right? What kind of dessert you want to have tonight. All right, now let's do the interlocking of the fingers. Gently going in and out. This is good for the throat and neck, but I've also heard it's good for the spine. So if you want to imagine your spine joints moving freely, moving better, using it as a visualization, that's a great one to do as well. And whatever hand was lower, so this one was lower, now it's up higher, and then you bring it in. And these are good hand exercises that you can do anytime. You know, say you're in a Zoom meeting, they can't see your hands, you can just kind of do this behind the scenes. They don't need to know. But when you're doing in my class, you can do it out in public. So now we're going to tap along the outside the hands, so the inner fingers do not touch, they're open. And we gently tap or rub as well. All right, good. Now we're going to do the webs of the hands. So gently tapping a few times or rubbing. And now the other side, tapping or rubbing. All right, good. Now we're going to do the backs of the hands. So one hand is going to face up, one hand is going to face down, and we're going to just gently tap or rub. Tapping is more stimulating. Rubbing is a little bit more relaxing. And if you rub, we do it the other way. So 3 times clockwise, 3 times counterclockwise. If you goof up on that, it's okay. We just want the balance of, 3 directions. So one hand, the hand on top is going to go to the bottom. That hand that was on the bottom is not going to the top. And we'll do the same thing, tapping the back of the hands or rubbing, or you could do both. All right, now let's do the back of the wrists. So I'm going to flip the hands again, and we're going to do the back of the wrists. And you can have your hands open or closed, but I kind of like them in a soft fist. And just doing the back of the wrist. And now we're going to flip the hands. And now do the opposite hands, back of the wrist. Or you can rub. That's the rubbing motion. And this is supposed to be good for the lower back. Back of the wrist is. All right, now we're going to do the last move for this hand exercise that we do is the knuckles, the palms, the thumbs, and we're going to gently tap or rub. And this is supposed to be good for headaches. So catching all that contact surface area. You can do it up to 60 minutes, oh my God, 60 seconds. I did do this hand tapping exercise for 2 hours one time for a health fair. And I was really sick afterwards, so don't ever do that. It was too much energy. All right, so let's send all that good energy from that hand motion. And if you're standing, you can gently just shake out, letting go, relaxing, and just becoming present. All right, I thought it'd be kind of fun to start with the singing bowl, just to kind of center ourselves. Usually I do a little meditation to check in with our body, do a little breathing. So I thought that'd be kind of fun to do. So let's do that. So a nice centering sound. And so if you're standing, make sure your knees are bent, your pelvis is tucked in, hips, shoulders, ears in alignment. If you're in the chair, for this time I'll be in the chair, but I will stand later on. Make sure your feet are on the ground as best you can, hips, shoulders, ears in alignment. Imagine a string pulling you up towards the ceiling, chin slightly tucked in, and put your tongue where it feels best. Some say it's better to have the roof of the mouth, some say it's good to relax it. Hands by your side. If you're sitting, up or down. Receiving is up, down is grounding. So see what feels right for you. Maybe today I'll do the grounding one. So let's just notice our breath. Notice maybe the sounds. Notice the temperature in the room. And now let's go a little bit deeper with our breath, gently breathing in through our nose. Relaxing the diaphragm, filling up this imaginary balloon, and then gently squeezing in our tummy muscles as we exhale through our nose. So this is a breathing exercise in and out of the nose. Let's do that again. Filling up that belly, and then relaxing, gently engaging the pelvic floor muscles. Just thinking about it is good enough. And let's do that one more time. Good, feeling centered and balanced. And now let's scan our body for any tension. So starting from the top of the head, going down the neck, the shoulders, the elbows, and the fingers. Let's soften and relax the body. And then further going down the spine, to the hips, to the thighs, to the knees, to the ankles, and down to the feet. Again, imagining anything that is painful, that you don't want, anything that is bothering you, just imagine that energy getting recycled back into the earth, being recomposted, and bringing up beautiful, loving energy that maybe feels better, lighter, blue light energy from the earth, if you like to imagine. And imagine that coming up all the balls of your feet, through your ankles, through the knees, through the thighs, through the spine, through the neck, arms, and back up to your head. Feeling complete, feeling circled and grounded. And we can set our intention for this practice today as we do these movements. Maybe it's for health, healing, balance. Maybe it's just for peace. So setting that intention, feeling that intention, welcoming it. And now let's begin with some warm-up exercises. So we start with our hands by our side, or actually I want to do some standing so you can see that. And the people I know on Zoom know how to do it in a chair. So today I'm just going to do it standing. I'm going to go a little further back so you can see my feet. All right, so let's begin. Knees slightly bent if you're standing. Drippy fingers, hands slowly comes up, shoulder height. And hands slowly coming down, and we gaze at the floor. We're going to look down. This is a very gentle neck motion from Dr. Paul Land's program, Tai Chi for Health. And then we gently come down. And these are the warm-up movements that are Qigong. And let's do it one more time like this. Hands coming up and hands gently coming down. And now we're going to add on to that motion. So we're going to gently bring the hands up. Now we're going to turn the wrist. We're going to gently tuck in the chin and come about a hand size out. Then we're going to gently push out. And then we're going to gently look down at the floor. If it's hard to do the hand motions, just think about your neck. Just gently looking straight ahead. Now we gently tuck in the chin. Now we relax the chin. And now we gently look down. And we'll do it one more time. Imagine you're in water and you're gently bringing some water towards your body. And then you're gently pushing away, craving a wave, and then gently looking down. Good. So that is the first exercise for the neck. The next one is palms facing each other, about your throat height. One hand comes down, we face the earth. The hand turns inward. We look a little bit above that hand, and we're going to open up our chest, and our neck turns about 60% of our comfort range. Then we come back. The hands switch. They gently pass each other like you're spreading something apart, and we're going about 60%. And then we come back. Good. Let's do this again. Now we're going to do about 80%, opening up our neck. And nothing should move. Our hips should not move. They should stay forward. Imagine like you got flashlights on them. They stay forward. And then we gently come back to the other side. And we'll do it one more time each side. Doing it now 90%. And then we gently come back. and the other side. Good. Bringing the hands back to center. We're going to relax our shoulders. Wiggle your feet if you're standing. So we're going to gently do some shoulder rolls. Nice and small is better. And let's do that one more time. And then we're going to flip the direction. So it doesn't matter which one you did. It's just as long as you do both. It's always good to do movement with breath. Generally, you could do it inhale as you do it up, exhale as it comes down. And let's do it one more time. I didn't cue you. But it doesn't matter really what direction. And it's just small as we do the movement with the breath. That's what matters. All right, so the next shoulder movement that is good for is called gathering chi. It actually has a name. So hands are upward, about at the belly height. If you're standing, you gently bend the knees. Hands gently rise up. If you're near a chair, you gently lift up the heels as well. And then gently coming down the center of our torso. And slower the better. And you can make it small if you want. So inhale. You could go about shoulder height if you have any neck or shoulder issues. And slowly having the hands come down. Like there's some resistance. And we'll do it one more time. Do it to the height you like. If it's your forehead, your shoulders, or your chest. And have it slowly coming down. All right, good. So that's good for the shoulders, gathering chi. Now we're going to go on to the spine. One hand is the bottom, one hand's on tap. Bottom hand gently rises up. And then gently pushing up, gently pushing down, doing about 70% of your potential. And then gently coming back to the center, forming that ball. That bottom hand keeps rising up. Gently push up, gently push down. Keeping a nice curve in the arm, and then gently coming back, holding that ball. Let's do that again. And if you want to, you can push down to the side versus the center. It's a little bit easier on the shoulder joints. If you've had any injury, that's a nice one to do. Try it. Experiment. It's always good to see what your body likes best. And this is called separating heaven and earth. Let's do it one more time. If you want to think about your breathing, inhale, expanding the diaphragm, and then exhale, engaging the pelvic floor muscles just a little bit. And then the other side. Balancing out, and then bringing the hands back together. And then we're going to hold this imaginary ball, one at heart height, one at belly height. Whatever hand or elbows on top is the direction, we're going to turn our nose. And we're going to line up our nose with our knee. And then we're going to flip the hands. And then gently go across to the other side. So my hands are not moving. The hands are only going up and down. My torso is turning the whole body. So this is a spine movement. I know optical illusion, it might look like my hands are moving, but they're not. It's my torso. And then we flip the hands and we go to the other side. If you have any back or shoulder issues, I'm going to do it one last time, and I'm going to do it a little variation. Hands are crisscross. And you just line up your nose with your knee, and then you gently go back to the other side. And then we come back to center. So that's a little variation. The focus is the spine. So it's nice to learn a couple different variations. All right. So now we're going to move on to the hips. I know my folks online know how to do it on Zoom, but I do have other recordings, but I'm going to just do it on standing today. So we're going to start with the foot in front, and maybe I'll do it from the side, and hands in the back. So all the weight is in this foot, knee is bent. See, that's straight and that's bent. So it's not too far bent. You should be able to see your toes, and all the weight is here. This is kind of more like a kickstand. So we're going to gently come to the center, make sure we have our balance, and then the ball of the foot is gently placed back and hands in front. Then we come back to center, and then the heel in front. So that's considered one. We'll do that again, pausing, hands in the back or in front, back to neutral, and then the foot in front. And I'm going to do it all the way straight through. If you are feeling comfortable, instead of pausing, you may go all the way straight through if you feel comfortable, or continue to pause, listening to your body. So now we're going to switch sides. Heel in front, hands in the back, making sure you're feeling balanced. Then we come to the center, and then the ball of the foot. I guess I'm a little bit my couch. Coming back to center again, and then the heel in front. That's considered one. Well, let's do number two. Pausing, having the ball of the foot, heel almost touches, and back to center, and heel in front. And the last time, I want to go all the way straight through for people that are able. But if you are preferring to do the pausing, please do that. Good. So that is the first hip motions. And if you're in a chair, basically you lift the foot out and back in. But look at my other videos if you're in a chair today watching. All right, so the next movement for the knee is for the hips is lifting the foot to the side. So we want to make sure our feet is straight out, so nothing turned. Straight out, bring the foot in, and then to the other side. You should feel a nice hip stretch. If you're in a chair, same thing, just open up the hip in the chair and then bring it back in. The arm movement is the same. If it's hard to do the arm movement and the hip movement, focus on the hips. That's our goal. But if you're able, one hand goes straight out, palm is facing the earth, and the other hand goes across. It's near the elbow but not touching. And then we lift the opposite foot and we gently press and engage your tummy muscles. And then inhale, relax, or exhale, I mean. Now we inhale, tighten up those tummy muscles. Exhale, relax those muscles. And let's do that again. Gently inhale and relax. And the other side. Good. Let's do it one more time each side. It's a really good movement. And then relax. And last time. And then coming back to center. Good. Those are a really nice, fun hip movement. Now we're going to move on to the knees. We make emptied hollow fist, meaning you can see through it. And we put our feet in a V. Same thing if you're in a chair. Knees are slightly bent though if you're standing. We're going to lift the one foot, tap it on the ground, opposite arm goes out. So tap on the ground too if you're in a chair. Then you bring the foot and the arm back in, other side. Good. Now, let's do that again. Tapping, if you're in a chair, you can kick. Either toe first or heel first. And then the other side. And the last time, I am going to do a kick standing. If you're able, please only do it if you're able. So lifting the foot, extending, bringing it back in nice and slow. It's a low kick, lifting the knee, extending out the foot, bringing that arm back in and gently pressing it down. Good. So that is the first knee movement. We get to that stance where we were before, and we're back in that V shape, hands by your hips. Now we're going to lift the one foot, place the heel down, then the toe. Then we're going to shift forward, extend the opposite arm. And then we bring both the foot and the hand back in, and we do the other side, heel, toe, shift, extend the arm, and then come back in. And let's do that again, feeling the connection with the earth, then we shift. I know when I first learned this, I just did it really fast. But you really want to feel like you're kissing the earth. Feel a little gentle kiss, then you shift. And let's do it one more time, each side. It's great when you're, icy roads, you check, is it icy surface? If it isn't, you don't step forward, and then you do if it's safe. Connect, and then come back. All right, good. So that is the knees. Now we're going to do the ankles. So you can put your hands anywhere, or you can put it in your center. So we're going to touch the heel and toe, up and down like a teeter-totter. And let's switch to the other foot, doing the same thing, touching the heel and toe. And let's do the last motion. This one's the toughest. We're going to do big toe, little toe. Only the ankle. So we're not going to do the hip, no knee. If your knee wants to engage, you can put your hands to say, I got this. It's only the ankles, right? Just the ankles. So I think the hardest move if you're new. But once you got this, you got this. Your muscle has the memory. Now we're going to switch to the other side, doing the big toe, little toe. Again, no hip, no knee, just the ankles. All right, good job. So that is the Qigong movements that Dr. Paul Lam does in Tai Chi for Health. So I like to do eclectic versions with this free Zoom class that I do. I like to do a lot of different fun ones. I know I learned a couple different moves this week that I'm excited about, but there's a new person I haven't mentioned before. His name is Solala Tower, and I actually saw him through the Time Timer. It's an app that's free. So if you guys don't know, there's an app called Time Timer, if I'm saying it right. But it looks like a singing bowl. So the image of the icon is just like the singing bowl that I started out today with. And anyways, he was on there. He's a Taoist teacher, and he showed some really fun moves. So I thought I would do that with you. So the first movement is called Earth. I think it's a longer name, but that's what I remember. And it's a really nice move. You can do it in a chair or sitting. Since I'm standing, I'm gonna do it standing. So we wanna gently bend our knees if you're standing. If you are in a chair, maybe just a little bit, hands one foot in front of the other, because we're gonna bend a little bit forward. That will just help keep your balance in the chair if you need that. But do what feels right for you. So we're gonna gently bend our knees and imagine you're gathering beautiful earth elements, maybe water, and we're gonna bring it into our forehead or the third eye or the upper dantian, and then the hands open up. So it's a beautiful movement. He calls it earth. So we're gathering beautiful minerals from the earth, and we're bringing up to the upper dantian or third eye to the forehead. And then gently bending down again, gathering from the earth what you need, knowing that there's always enough abundance, and bringing it into your body for nourishment. And let's do that again, gently bringing down. Nice and slow with your breath is the best way to do it. So this would be a nice long inhale, and then exhale as we slowly come down, and the hands are slowly coming down, and then coming in, gathering beautiful earth energy into the third eye, opening up, and nice and slow, and exhale, nice long exhale. And let's do it 2 more times. I haven't really counted how many times we did it, but I know we've done it probably 5 or 7. So opening up, gathering what we need, and last time, gathering from the earth, knowing it's always plentiful, and bringing it into our forehead. Good. So that is one movement. The next one is for the sun, and it's kind of like the one gathering chi, if I'm remembering it right. But the hands are in the center, palms are facing upright, hands circle around, and as we go to the top, we hold our hands open. So in Chinese, they call it the Bai Wei point above the head of the crown chakra. And then you want to slowly bring in that sky or sunlight energy down the center of our body. So it's a good healing, right? Light is very healing, so it's nice to imagine light. So inhale, gathering beautiful sunlight. We're like your tree, and then we're opening up, receiving that sunlight down the center of our skull, down the center of the column, and then gently bringing that sunlight to the bones where we need it the most. Let's do that again. Opening up, receiving that sunlight, hands opening up, receiving, And then hands slowly coming down. So it's kind of similar. The hands go up higher than gathering chi, and then we wait at the top. I know Daisy Lee, I've seen her do this as well. A nice opening up. There's so many variations, it's wonderful. But I like the imagery of the sunlight. And then hands slowly coming down. All right, let's do it 2 more times. And if you want to think about your breath as we're doing this, the slower you do it, the better. Inhale. Nice, beautiful, long inhale. Holding it. Pausing your breath, and then gently exhaling as the hands come down, filtering out that sunlight that you absorbed. All right, last time. If you like to bend your knees a little, you can. Inhale, absorbing that sunlight, and now pausing, and then slowly beginning the exhale as you release and absorb. All right, good. There was one more move that he did that I really, really liked as well. I can't remember what he called it, but let me see. But basically, I remember the motion, so I thought it was really nice. So the palm, it's kind of like our palms are down, drippy fingers, and they rise up to the chest, and they slowly come down. So you want to imagine gathering roots into the earth. Then the hands slowly rise up, and now we're going to gently push out, shoulder height. So this one is about humanity, giving to humanity. And then the hands go up, and that's about connecting with, the solar network. And then the hands slowly coming down. So it's another little variation I thought was really beautiful. And let's begin again. So drippy fingers, hands coming up, feeling like you're getting rooted into the earth. Gently pushing down. Then bringing the hands up. Again, gently pushing out, giving to humanity, right? Having that balance of giving to others, and now receiving from above the guidance, and then slowly letting the hands come down. So it's feeling that balance, right? As we're connected to the earth, so drippy fingers, feeling like we have tree roots growing into the earth, feeling that connection. Then lifting the hands and then gently pushing out, giving to humanity and giving it to our brothers and our sisters. And then reaching out for guidance from above. And then slowly letting the hands come down. Isn't that nice? It's a nice movement. All right, so bring the hands up, shoulder height. We're getting rooted into the earth. And then bringing the hands up. Now we're giving to our humanity, to our mankind, our humanity. And then bringing the hands up to the sky, to our connection. And then the hands slowly coming down. Let's do that 2 more times. And I'll just kind of be quiet. Feel that connection. Maybe instead of me, vocalize it. Or think about your breathing. Good. And let's do it one more time. Inhale again, gently pushing that out. And exhale. And then inhale, reaching to above. And a long, slow exhale. Good. You can leave your hands here. Just taking a moment to pause, because that's a really powerful move, I think. Really beautiful. Very relaxing and centering. Thinking about our moment, our time together. Feeling that connection. We also call it the vertical alignment. feeling that vertical alignment with the heavens, with the earth. Just be completely present here in this moment. Feeling that stillness. And let's do one more move. It's called 10,000 hands. It is very similar to what we just did. So if you have any shoulder pain, maybe just watch, but otherwise the hands will go up, hands circle around. And when it comes to the top of the head, the hands meet and you hold it there. And then you lift, bringing the hands then to the heart and then down to the torso and then opening up. Let's do that again. Hands rising. So this is Spring Forest Qigong. And I learned it this week. It's a level 2 movement that they teach, which I'm going to start next week. So I'm getting a little preview for you guys as well. Bringing the hands down towards the torso and then opening up. If you want to, you can bend your knees a little bit, bringing the hands up. Feeling that connection with the hands, bringing that connection now to the heart. Now bringing that connection to the lower, pointing down to the earth. And let's do it again. I know Daisy Lee has a move very similar to this as well. So it's amazing how so many different versions of Qigong. I think for me, I don't know, we haven't learned, but this would, for me, feel like as you touch the head, reminds us of our upper dantian, to the middle dantian, and to the lower. So in Chinese medicines, there's 3 center that collect energy. So you can imagine gathering energy, bringing it to the head, now bringing it to the heart. And now bringing it down to the earth. Good. And let's do it one last time. Inhale, gathering beautiful energy. Bringing it to the center. And then bringing it down to the heart. And then bringing it down to the belly, to the dantian, which is about the belly button. And we can just hold it here. And I know I started a few minutes late. I was waiting for some people on Zoom. And just holding the hands at the center. I do like this hand tapping routine that I do from Spring Forest Qigong. So let's do that next as we wrap up. And then we can do the closing for Dr. Paul Lambs. I try to do that as well. So we're going to rub the fingers together. So fingers open, rubbing. Gathering energy. So if you have any pains, aches and pains, shoulders, I know if something doesn't feel right, you can gently rub your hands and just place it on that sore spot. But if you haven't done this before, you might feel a little energy or tingliness sensations on your hands, which is wonderful. So we want to take that energy and we want to gently rub up the nose, down the face, creating a beautiful heart shape, sending love to our body. And let's do that one more time. And then we want to take 2 fingers, tap where the eyebrow starts 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then below the eye sockets, 2 fingers again, tapping 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we can also take our fingers, use them as brushes, going through our hair. Good time to fix your hair now, just kidding. Just gently rubbing through our hands. Now we can cup. Cup means it's curved, so there's a little hollow spot, and gently cup around the outside of the head. All right, good. Now we can cup the base of our head right here. Do it 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we can do the C7, which is where the neck begins. You can rub or tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They also have tapping underneath the armpits. I know it looks a little funny, but we got to do it starting with the left hand, so I'm not going to reverse it. cupping 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the armpits, this is your lymph system, so it gets really good for your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you can do along the outside of the arm, down the torso. Again, cup in that cupping motion. We'll do it 3 times. And now the other. This is good to get that lymph flow going. You can also do it down your front of your torso. Just gently cup in that cup motion, going down 3 times. So another tapping. All right, now we can also do the Lao Gao point, that point where the thumb and the fingers meet. I think everyone can see. So it's a gently rubbing motion. This is good at releasing. If you're pregnant, they say don't do that one because we don't want to release the pregnancy. So it's a very gentle circular motion. And then you can do it the other way. And then we do the other hand, right hand first is left, but if you goof it up, it's okay. Next time, just remember left, and it's very gentle. You can make it firmer. If it feels really tender, that might tell you you need to do that more. And then the other. All right, now we're gonna put the middle finger down in the middle of the hand, and we're gonna gently take the thumb and gently rub it. So kind of soft, your hand is soft, it's not rigid. Soft, gently rubbing in a circular motion. And now the other circular direction, starting with the left hand. This is good about calming yourself down. And now let's do the other hand, taking that third finger, kind of getting an idea. Your thumb is pretty big, so you don't have to be exactly precise, but that is a good guide, gently rubbing. And then now the other direction. This one is a good technique. Sometimes I know if I get emotional, I can do this, right? You're talking on call. If you're getting emotional, you can just gently rub. It might calm me down. At least it's a good distraction. One of the two. All right, good. So let's now do the knees. We're gonna cup on the outside of the knees first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the back of the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Left knee first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's kind of a beautiful routine. There's more variations of it, but it's a really nice kind of, feels like you took a shower, I think, right? All that tapping. All right, so let's just do Dr. Paul Lamb's cool down, and then we'll call it the end. So we're gonna gently tap the side of our legs. Crisscross is better, but if it's hard to do crisscross, you may do directly on. Basically, we're relaxing the thigh muscles or stretching them basically without stretching them. So getting that lactic acid. And the extra cross kind of helps with brain gym exercises. So crisscrossing is good and it massages your internal organs. So lots of benefits there. All right, next movement. I call it the flying eagle. So I'm gonna do it the way I like to do it. It's a little variation. So we bring the hands in, crisscross, go on the balls of your feet if you're standing, lift your heels if you're in a chair, tighten up your tummy, inhale. Exhale, opening up, spreading your wings, imagine your eagle flying. Let's do that again. Inhale, feeling like you're on a safe branch, you're safe and secure. Exhale, letting go, trusting life, knowing it has its flow. Bringing the hands in, tightening up, knowing that you're safe. And then exhale, letting go, knowing that it's safe too. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, gathering. Exhale, receiving, letting it flow. All right, let's do the gathering chi movement. We did a lot of that at kind of similar variations, but this is Dr. Paul Lamb's. Hands circle around, hands slowly coming down. Bringing the life force energy, such as oxygen. Imagine bringing beautiful oxygen into the body, letting it get stored in the torso. Gathering beautiful sunlight. We talked about that with the sun movement with Solala Towers. And I'll send this information in an email and also on the YouTube video. And let's do that. Again, gathering beautiful aroma. Maybe you're cooking, maybe you're in the flower gardens. And gently bringing that in. And I always like to think of bringing in joy, happiness from this movement, from your friends, your peers, and bringing that joy into your body. And I know I said it last time, let's just do it one more last time, your choice, what you want to bring in more of. Good. And let's just take a moment and feel. How are you feeling right now? If you stayed here this long to watch or experience this, how do you feel? And if you feel gratitude, I hope you feel gratitude as well with this calmness. Let's give gratitude to our body for this moment, to the earth, to the sky, for the peace, the balance, the harmony. And we can put our hands at our heart if you like and bow. Also, the salute in traditional Chinese martial arts is the right hand's a fist. So it's not the opposite. I'm not doing the opposite. Right hand's a fist. Fingers together, left hand. Think of strength, think of friendship, high five, fighting. Then you bend the thumb, and then you think of a bowed head, think of humility. And when you put the right fist into the left palm and your feet are together,